It's lovely. It's great. It's awesome. Strong recommend. But you got to be the right kind of person. That's Korat. That's about all I got to say. Okay, well, welcome back. Welcome back to me. You would have no way of knowing this, but I kind of took a break for more than 2, maybe almost, could have been 3 weeks. I really wasn't counting. I just, over the last couple months, got a video or 2. I think 2 videos. I got 2 videos ahead of my normal couple handful of videos ahead kind of thing. I was in the mood. I do this when I'm in the mood to do it, or it just doesn't work. I don't like it. It doesn't come across well because I don't like it, and I'm retired. I refuse to work, so I share when I want to share, what I want to share. How about that? Sounds selfish. It's my retirement, though. It's your retirement. Be a little selfish, I think. I was in Japan. I went for 6 days. I went to Japan with Fawn and to kind of exercise her passport a little bit after our trip to Laos and Vietnam. I think I'm missing something, but you get the idea. Travel experience significantly helps a Thai person a Thai citizen, to be able to travel to other countries. It's a well-known thing here. Japan was fine. This isn't not going to be a review of Japan. One, I live in an Asian culture, went to another Asian culture. Not maybe the best. Hey, wow, this is so different. On the other hand, they are different people, different place. Tokyo is a magnificent city. I liked it, didn't love it. I like being with my kids. It was the first time my kids got to meet Fawn. That's a big deal. This video comes from a question from a viewer, which a lot of my best videos come from that. Why did I go to Korat? Why did I choose Korat? What's so special about locally often pronounced Kolat? You can say Korat. That's kind of the little bit more correct pronunciation, but you'll hear it both ways. Doesn't matter. I get that out of the way because you get the occasional hater. Rob, you can't even say your name of your own city correctly. You're so okay. You win. The internet. I'm gonna tell a story that I've told before as far as kind of the general idea of why and how I got here, but then I'm going to add any details that I can recall from the last 5 years of living here, which is probably going to be significant. So should be a very different video. A lot of my viewers, I don't know, a lot. I can't say that, but I get regular messages from viewers of my channel, and sometimes if I can correlate the name on screen to their name, I know they're a channel member, which I appreciate. Thanks everyone for supporting my channel. YouTube doesn't really support me. Anybody with any common sense at all can look at the algorithm and then see what happens with my videos. My YouTube is not a good environment for my content. This is what this is what we got, unfortunately. But for the members, that's great because that really does help. Probably makes me look a lot better to YouTube as well. I'm sure it does, because they care about what is it? Money. So there you go. So Korat, Thailand. I'm in much better health now. I'm still it's hard. Everything is hard, but I was in way worse shape. Not really mobile when I came here, and that's terrible. That's a very unfortunate circumstance. It happens, obviously, to us guys as we get older, but that was the case. So I was not very mobile, so I really wanted to pick very carefully where I might land, because my hope was that by being very careful and doing my homework, I could pick a spot that I'd be really happy in. And I knew I wouldn't maybe possibly hit like the absolute most ideal best spot ever in the whole country, but I might hit one of the top 3 or 5. And by spot, I mean small spot. I don't mean just Khon Kaen. I mean which is a major city in the Isan region. I don't mean, which is big. It's roughly as big as Korat. I'm not going to get into an argument about which one's bigger, but there's a man thing there. And but there's various suburbs and satellite cities of that and regions of that, and in the rural areas that are convenient to daily. You could commute in if you wanted to go do a gym or hit a nice restaurant, and Khon Kaen's got a lot of that because there's a lot of expats, a lot of wealth in Khon Kaen. So fine, So I wanted to pick a spot, and I looked around pretty carefully, and then as regular viewers know, I met a Thai woman in the United States. She was in the periphery of my social circles, not a friend per se, but someone I would see from time to time. And then she had an American husband who lived in Hua Hin for 3 years. Pretty quickly after talking to the husband, I kind of discounted most of what he said. He did not impress me with his observational abilities or his how he could articulate a thought or anything. I'm not beating up on anybody, but some people, you meet him and, wow, what does he think? What did he say? Like I have a friend, his name is Dick. He was my main business mentor and became a very close friend for, gee whiz, I don't know, maybe 20 years. I'd have to think about it. And everybody that knew Dick, if you were talking about a subject, they go, well, what did Dick say? You know, he was one of those guys. Where this guy was the other end of the spectrum. Just that's how it works. And his wife was clever, sharp. In the end, I figured out, it wasn't too hard to figure out, she was black-hearted, and she was actually scamming that guy, and we had, I think, drifted apart. I think she didn't like the fact that, I think she kind of read the fact that I kind of picked up on what she was doing, and so she didn't really want me around, and I didn't really get along with the husband. I mean, we got along, but I just wasn't interested in getting along with the husband, we'll say, and then that we just kind of drifted apart. But she was from Korat. She was what they call Korat. A Korat person, born and raised here. And they live in a satellite city somewhere around here. She does. I don't think he comes here that much. There's another point. Anyways, enough about that. So that's where Korat got on my radar. And I was looking at all these different places. Obviously, you got to think about Bangkok. The first city I ever heard of here was Pattaya, and all that. And in Phuket, because that's all on the news. That's all over YouTube about Thailand. And you think that's what Thailand is. Hey, well, we're going to party. Women in bikinis in the streets and all that stuff. That's not Thai culture, and that's not any culture as far as I am aware. And that's in much better detail in my book. I go into all kinds of detail and all that. For people who just want the facts and not my little stories and whatnot, which is fine by me, you really can buy the book. I think Amazon gave us the hint that we should raise the price $3. I want to say it's $13 or $14 now or something, plus whatever shipping or whatever they charge or whatever on top of that or something. But it's not a lot of money, and it's 110 pages, and it's absolutely packed and stuffed to the gills with every fact on every subject. There's 23 chapters on every possible subject of the various regions, cost of living, health care, how to get a visa, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's a chapter on every single freaking thing. So if you're really thinking of coming here, and if you've got, whatever it is, maybe $15 total hanging out of your pocket, you can buy the physical book shipped on demand, or they have it on the ebook version. I want to do a book on tape, but I'd like to narrate it myself. But holy moly, that's a lot of work. That's months and months of work. You don't believe it, but it is. And so, Korat. What appealed to me initially about Korat, I'll tell you what I heard first that really has turned out to be very true. Korat is a working city for business ties. It's not a tourist city. There's some accommodation for English. A lot of the restaurant menus have English there alongside the Thai. Most don't. Almost all the restaurants have photos of the food, so you can usually tell what it is by the photo. And in Thailand, the food looks like the photo. Like when you order a hamburger here, the Big Mac or a Whopper look exactly like the photo. And the flavor's amazing. They taste much better here. The Burger King Whopper here is like a gourmet burger. I don't know why they can't do that in the U.S., but they apparently can't. Anyway, so enough about my hamburger review. So it's a business city. To me, personally, I feel it's like a smaller kind of Chicago. I get a strong Chicago vibe from the city. Korat's got a vibe to it. It's got a life to it. It's got its own feel. They don't really need tourists. They don't cater to the tourists. There's one tourist restaurant and bar in Korat. That's the Monkey Bar, owned by my friend Stuart. I'm not outing him. I'm not saying his last name or anything, but he's a famous person at this point in Thailand. Everybody, I think all over all the regions of the whole country, I'm being literal, have heard of the Monkey Bar, and they know some guy, Stuart, runs it. So, that's the way it is. And that's fine. He's a very nice fellow. He has incredible food and menu. I tend to go in the day. I don't like to go at night. You can get a lot of nice people go there, for a meal. But there's people that come there at night looking to fight. believe it or not. They're looking to intentionally cause trouble with their bill. Another table's bill, their bill. I've heard the stories from the owner of the restaurant himself. Then they'll deliberately confuse the bills and try and skate out on a big bar tab and plot twist. It's really hard to fool Stuart. So that's that. Don't skip out on a bill. That's a big thing in the tourist areas. Westerners will go to a bar, restaurant, whatever, run up a big tab, and they literally run out the door and thinking nobody will catch them. I like the whole city, and obviously, and it's kind of considered amongst the Thais, and please no arguing on these things. This is what my Thai friends tell me, and keep in mind there might be a bias because we all live here, but they tell me that Korat is kind of like the capital city of the Isan region, and the Isan region is the kind of the heart of the Thai culture. These are my opinions, okay? But this is what every Thai person I know, including Thai friends I have from Bangkok, have not when I asked them, they didn't just agree, they strongly agreed and said, yeah, you got it, Rob. That's exactly how it is. So if you think of it that way, I think you're being fair because you're thinking with probably a lot or all of the locals. So I think it's a good way to look at it. So it's kind of the heart of the country. Korat's kind of the capital of the heart. It's not too many Westerners. Yeah, you see us here or there, but not much. When I go to the local, the big lotuses in Joho, which also can be pronounced Choho, which that's a whole other thing. Translating Thai to English, there is no translation, so a lot of it's, even by the Thai people, it's a guess. So there's both conversions. But most people say Joho. I go to the big lotuses there, and I'm typically the only Westerner there. When I walk down the street in the small city where I live in a small, outside, I live, I'll show another photo again, on the edge of the rice fields. I live on the literal edge of our village. There is no house past ours. So you can see how quiet I prefer it to be. And I just love this. And of this little city. And when I walk around in the city of, it's like 10 or 20,000 people, it's rare. It's a rare day, maybe once every month I see another Westerner at a distance. And I see a couple of guys dressed like me. They're wearing a collar. This is one of my Christmas shirts. I just got it. I'm kind of having some fun. And I was testing it out today, and I need to have Yui fit this. I was avoiding that. I don't want it tight or anything, but it's a little baggy, and I don't like a baggy shirt. I just feel better if the shirt fits me a little bit. Why? Why does that bother me? But I'll see some nicely dressed, groomed guys. There's one guy that Fawn really admires. He's a bit older than me. He's a tall guy, and he always dresses like slacks, real men's shoes, and a nice shirt, like every day. And he gets the door for his Thai wife. I mean, he's a gentleman. But then I see mostly you just see the typical Westerner here. And there's a thing about Japan with that. So when I went to Japan, all the Westerners I saw, they all looked really good. The Westerners in Japan all looked really nice. They all were dressing like me. If you're going to come here retired, and almost every guy wants to date an attractive, somewhat younger, generally 5 to 15 year to 25 year, that's red flags on that. You look at my videos on dating. Younger, attractive woman, and back home, we know enough when we're divorced and going back on the market, we know to shave and get a haircut, try and drop 10 pounds, go buy a couple nice shirts, and, maybe you go get a cool car or something and take a couple ladies out on a date and get back in the market. And here, I don't know, for some reason, they're just thinking that their pay grade in their mind, they're just go on a date with a smoking hot lady. And of course, real quick, I'm not going to get onto this, but real quick, the problem is that lady will date you and she'll marry you. And she'll laugh at you the whole time, be joking with her friends in Thai right in front of your face, Phalang Tamada, regular, ordinary Westerner, which is not a compliment, by the way. When I go to the language school, the other students are all dressed exactly. The only idiot that shows up in a muscle shirt at Usani school is me. What else can I tell you about Korat? Other than I really like it, but it's not for everyone. The average Westerner that comes to Thailand would be absolutely happier in Udon Thani, which is in the Isan region, but it's very westernized. You see Western guys down every street. When you're walking, there must be dozens of Western menu type looking comfortable, familiar to you, restaurants and cafe, high-end cafes, and you think you're in Italy or something with the cafes, all that. Or stay in Khon Kaen. Khon Kaen's going to be a little more Isan flavor, fewer Westerners than Udon Thani, I think, but still enough that no one's going to look twice at you. You're just another guy. And I hate that. I hate that look. I hate that. I don't like being around a lot of other Westerners because I just don't like being compared. I just want to be by myself. I wanted a real adventure. Again, I lived in 1 square mile my whole life. And so I wanted a hard foreign language. I wanted way out remote. I didn't want to see very many people that looked like me. I wanted to immerse. I wanted to focus on me, and I'm focusing on me. I'm doing me. And this is my therapy, and dang it, it's working. It's really working. My happiness is like off the chart. So I did a very poor job of managing who I allowed into my life before, and I don't make that mistake now. So, most guys would just be happier. Also in, obviously, Pattaya, Phuket, which is a luxury island, just like a giant resort, but it's really run by the Russian and German mafia out there. I think the Russians are the big one. The Thais don't go there anymore. So I will go to Phuket one day to check the box, just like I went to Japan one day. Probably won't go back a second time to either place is my expectation. And a lot of the other islands. Samui, Koh Samui or Koh Samui, whatever, the two ways of saying island. See, translation. That's very, very pretty, but again, kind of ruined. The Westerners and the mafia have kind of ruined that for people like me. Will I go one day? Absolutely. I'll call her a friend here. She loves Koh Samui, always talking about it, and I'm going to have to go see that probably. And Fawn says it's gorgeous too, but we won't stay long, I think, based on what I've heard. Unfortunately, again, people have kind of ruined it. And there's, what is it? Oh, dang it. Is it... I think Koh Samet, which is a little more out of the way island, and I think that one's been ruined too, is what I just heard, that Mafia kind of took that over. It's like, ugh. So that I don't know. Hair's really pretty though, but it's unfortunate. There are places that haven't been ruined, Krabi and Koh Chang. I don't know why. Praise God, I don't know why Koh Chang or Koh Chang Island, however you want to say it, it has not been ruined, but it has not. It's very nice. So all those other places, you see how I'm going with all this, and of course there's the Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, and all that, but there's problems up there too. Yep, some people love it, all that. To me, I can't leave out the whole Mekong River that is the border between Thailand and Laos along the whole northeastern border. I think the river wraps like the country. It's crazy. And the river is really, I mean, when I say river, it's more like a long lake. I think the damn thing is it might not be a mile wide, but it's really big. All that, and then here I am. Another place I like that doesn't get mentioned much is Wang Nam Kio, and I did a video on it. You can look it up. I think it was late last year, so maybe not quite a year ago. Not a year ago, and. That's not a lot there, but if you want peace and quiet and probably the best weather in the entire country, and your pay grade will be sky freaking high. You will get a lot of attention out there. You will find very nice people. That area has not been westernized. I really like it. I generally go at least once a year, and there's nothing there. I just go to get more peace and quiet. I bring a good book. Just got a new book. I'll throw a photo in. Oh, when I came back from my Japan trip, my new motorcycle shirt was waiting for me. My son gave me my some small motorcycle parts. He forgot my paint, but whatever. Took it as a sign from God. I'm going to focus on other things right now. And then he gave me my Billy Lane patch. I'm a Billy Lane fan. And all my books, my shirt. Yeah, it all arrived. It was like wonderful. Isn't that like you go somewhere and you come back and all your stuff's waiting for you? It just felt so good. So that was kind of fun. But so Korat. So Korat has. You need to assume no English accommodation if you're going to come here, which means you need to speak basic Thai. And if you don't speak basic Thai, that's your fault. Regardless of what country you're from and how heavy your tongue might be and how hard you might be tripping over all the little vowels and tones and things here, basic Thai is the same for any Westerner, any human being. If you say Sawadee Krap, and I do a little Y down here, get out of the microphone, Sawadee Krap, and I go down here. I don't go way up here. That's a young guy. I'm down here. I'm old. I'm telling you, I've got some status. You can ignore all this at your peril. It's your choice. When in Rome, or Hong Nam Utinai. I said some tone there, but you can say that Hong Nam Utinai. And they're going to know you're looking for the bathroom. Well, if Thailand has 5 languages, you want to learn Central or Official Thai. That's the one you learn. Every Thai person speaks that language. But so there's no language here. The weather is pretty good. If you're in the city, it'll be hotter. All cities are hotter. There's a whole concrete jungle thing. You can look that up. You should. Thailand is mostly flat. You need to know Thailand's mostly flat. And so when there's differences in elevation by just a little bit that in your home country you would ignore, that is very significant here. Look at the elevations. Where I live, the name of this region I'm in and the name of the little spot that I'm in both say higher spot. I'm on the higher spot of the higher spot. And in this little particular spot, I have drastically less humidity because it's a little taller. I catch a little more fresh air, and you can notice it when I'm riding my motorcycle, which is an open air vehicle, and I'm on the highway, and I feel the regular weather that everybody feels around the central Thailand. It'll be pretty hot, and then as soon as I get off the main highway, it drops 10 Fahrenheit, and I can feel it just hits my chest. I wear mesh riding safety gear, so the air goes right through me. And I immediately hits my chest, the cooler air. And then I turn off the main road that runs through this little satellite city that I live in. And I turn into my village and hits me a second wave. Another notch, maybe 8 degrees Fahrenheit cooler again. And this isn't perceived how you feel. It means the humidity's dropping off, the temperature's dropping, probably only a little. Most of this is probably humidity. And I get to my house, it's just cool breeze, lovely, nice, fine. Yeah, it's a hot day, whatever, but there's almost no humidity typically. I have to constantly moisturize my cigar humidor, which is fine. I like the dry heat. Dry heat, if you're older, you got arthritis, all that, dry heat. And I'm going to try to speak more often to all the younger viewers. I've got way more younger viewers than I would have thought or that you might think. And because they're trying to immerse. And you guys, you want to immerse, you want to do that, you want to work and be away from the tourist mindset people, whether they live here or not. This is a great spot for younger guys. When you come here, you will be watched very carefully because the Thai people are very, very, very aware. In fact, it's a stereotype that us Western guys come in here, if you look kind of like me in any way at all, their first assumption is it takes a long time to get them to say this because it's not part of their culture to talk bad about another person. That's dutuk. And to dutuk another person is a very bad thing. And everybody thinks their own honest thoughts to themselves, of course, but they're not going to put that out there unless they really know and trust you. So, if you ask about this, I've had people comment, hey, that's not true. I just asked 4 Thai people. Yeah, they gave you the saving face answer like I would have told you they would have, dummy. It's silly. So when you see those videos where a guy running around with the microphone and he's out in the street with the Thai people asking him questions, all that's fake. If they're speaking Thai, he speaks Thai. Yeah. Then if they're speaking Thai near fluent, something like me, then they dang well know that those are all fake answers. They're go-hoking you. So you can just take that to the bank. I'm telling you flat out, that's total BS. Just because the Thai person will not give you a direct answer like that in public. That's not part of the culture. That's like taboo. Dutuk is kind of taboo. Okay. Now, if you get good friends, I had a good friend making. I can't even share what it was about, but a very crude sex joke. To Fawn, which was fine. We're all friends. It's fine. He's no threat to me. And then a bunch of her girlfriends. And then it was a colloquialism for. And I didn't catch it. And then I had to. And I could say I could repeat it back like a parrot. Well, what does that mean? I said in Thai. What does that mean? Bewa alai. And she looks. And she was like, ah. And it went like that, and everybody laughed. It was a lot of fun. So that's all. So they will do when you get to know them. But that's years. That's years. Before that, you need to be polite, prim, and proper and wear a freaking shirt with buttons and a collar. And shower 2-3 times a day. What else can I tell you about Korat other than I really love it? It's a great getaway. It gets you in the Isan region. The Isan people, oh gosh, that's the big reason. It's the Isan people. They're fantastic. My favorite culture of Thailand is the Isan. In fact, the Korat not just all, but the Korat Isan people are my favorite of all the people here in Thailand. And they're so kind, polite, considerate, humble. I mean, I should have led with this, sorry. To me, it's such an assumption I don't think about. It's like explaining water to a fish, but I'm enveloped in this kindness and this considerate culture, that Grang Jai, how considerate they are. I love it, as you can tell. That's the big reason. So the weather can be worse or better depending on the microclimate of what place in Korat you pick. And the people are so good. In fact, the people, when they move from here, they often complain that the other people are a little more westernized. So here, it's a very unwesternized area. Oh gosh, here's another key point. I'm bringing all my big points at the end. Sorry, I should have led with this. Every country in the world is losing their culture as everything globalizes, which I really am sad about. That's just unfortunate. But Thailand, okay, it's westernizing, but it's going way slower than almost anywhere else in the world. I mean, Thailand's done a fantastic job, of keeping their culture. And in the Korat area and in the Isan region entirely, really, it's really kept it. And the real old culture is still alive. And in fact, for you younger guys looking to find a lady, man, I think you're really shortchanging yourself if you don't at least come out here for a couple of months and try it on. And it takes a couple months. Give it a try. It takes a while. You'll move into an area and everybody's going to be free. I mean, people were afraid to talk to me. The women had a big, scared look on their face when they saw me. I'm a physically maybe a little bit of an imposing guy, and they didn't know what to make of me. But now, I mean, here I am 5 years later, give or take, and all the local people that are, really, don't. There's some people that are kind of consumed with jealousy that Fawn has a guy that treats her well. They don't like that. We built a nice house together. They don't like that one bit. So that's Korat, man. That's my Korat story. It takes a certain kind of person to like this. Most guys won't. If this is what you want, this is a fantastic place. Your dating pay grade's sky high here. In the city, your dating pay grade's kind of it's good, not great. But you get in any area outside the city, your pay grade's very high. A lot of eligible, not eligible under Thai culture, but what you and I would consider eligible. So I hit the mic, sorry. Over 30 women. You can date under 30, but man, you better be bringing the bacon. Most guys, 90% of the Westerners that date women under 30 are in no way qualified, and they're just putting their hat on their own guillotine, getting ready to pull that rope. And that's just everyone's choice. I just tried to talk two guys out of that, and they weren't listening. They called me, they wanted help, but they didn't really want help. So I said, look, man, I just say, hey, I get it, man, do you, and I gotta go. What are you gonna do? You can't. I'm out there in the Titanic with a lifeboat and nobody wants in, so I don't know what to tell you. All right, that's a sad way to end a video. I'm happy. This is great. This is awesome. So if you like this kind of stuff, you'll probably really like it here. Come out and try it on for size. That would be my strong recommendation. Rent, it's not that expensive. I mean, even the Cantary, Kantary, is my favorite hotel in all of Korat. Funds as well. It's a gorgeous old school hotel, old school service and quality, nice location, beautiful facility. Has everything you would ever want, including a secret bar that they won't tell you about. Stay there for a month. And then get something cheaper or whatever, but, and make a relationship with a taxi driver, a personal relationship, which you can do because business is slow around here. And then they'll be at your beck and call, and they'll have them drive you around everywhere, and just make a deal with that guy. Just do that. And then, start dating. You want to date online? Great. Stay off the Thai this, Thai that, Thai whatever. Try. You want to do, okay, fine. Just know that, like, the majority of those ladies are scammers, and some are working for a boss. It's their job. They're in a call center. So call it what you want. But you can go on Tinder or something. The Thais use Tinder. There is Facebook dating. I've never tried that. I don't know how that works, but you might try Facebook dating because at least you get a profile. Yeah, it's probably fake, but maybe it leads to something. Most people will use certain parts of their name in other platforms. You can kind of trace and find them. Or you'll see where they mentioned another platform to somebody, and then if you kind of scan down, if you get really interested in the lady, you can play detective and look, and that's public data. That's not illegal. Snooping is illegal here, and don't run afoul of the. Hey, stay away from the Thai police. Don't screw around with it. How about that? I had a nice meeting with the Thai police because this is my like 5th time renewing my visa. Now they know me. We did the whole thing in Thai, and they were nice. They actually met me at a cafe. How about that? Casual. Gave him my passport, and he promised to mail it off for me. And a couple hours later, I got a text back of a photo saying, "Here's your thing. It's off on the mail. You're all good, buddy. We'll see you next week. You can pick up your paperwork. Your new visa will all be renewed. You just when you're there, you got to pay. That's 3,800 baht or something." Cause I always get the multiple reentry. Always get the multiple reentry. Every year, every day, probably. There's a Westerner on his visa. He saved the $75 or whatever the heck it is for his visa renewal, and he goes somewhere, comes back, doesn't get his little stampy stamp, and he's lost his visa. Start all over. Start at square one. So. And they're all mad. Well, hey, the rule said, and you didn't follow the rules. So, but it's lovely. It's great. It's awesome. Strong recommend. But you got to be the right kind of person. That's Korat. That's about all I got to say. This video is way too long already. All right. Thanks, everyone. Having a little laugh when you're in Japan in the elevator and you hear everyone speaking Thai. And then you join in the conversation. And everyone looks at you like, huh? That was kind of fun. The reason for the damn trip was the Godzilla store.
I really wish we could get a picture with Shin Godzilla.
Oh, gosh, it's a giant Shin Godzilla. That's my favorite one. All right, got to go.
And here's a little slideshow. This is a very, very nice bottle of Booker's Bourbon my son found for me. Lucky, lucky find. Very hard to get this stuff. It's amazing. Here's just a beautiful picture of fawn at the Digital Art Museum in Tokyo. Strong recommend. A lot of fun for all of us. And here's my son with Fawn in that same place, a different room. They have like 10 different rooms, all with different crazy 3D effects. And then here is Fawn sitting on the mirrored floor in a three-dimensional immersive light show room. It was rather striking. And then here is my son and I tripping out. We're in full the dude mode, laying on a mirrored floor with this sphere over us of lights. And this is a very pretty picture of Fawn. Obviously, we're at a temple in Japan. And here's just me and my boy. You can see he's a big boy, in front of some fancy restaurant. And then here, this is my son, my daughter, and my daughter's husband, and myself. So I guess I got to think about it post-divorce, but I think this is the family.
This is Rob. Video's over. I'm closing my gate. But if you've been liking or subscribing, or and praise God if you've been a member of the channel, I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that watches. You have a great day.